Hi, and welcome back to our second part for transition planning. So we're going to look at that first page of the transition plan and how to complete it. So this is what the front page of the transition plan will look like. About a quarter of the top is cut off there, but these are the sections that we're going to look at today. And so this is what it would look like in a printed view of the transition page. So the first part we're going to look at is the education portion. And so we're identifying what the student wants to do post high school. So that's secondary education, post high school goals. A lot of students in our mild to moderate programs will, a lot of them say Cuesta College because of the Cuesta Promise. So you can identify Cuesta, City College, four-year colleges, trade or technical programs, adult education programs. There's some classes at Cuesta that are appropriate for students that are more impacted by their disability. So there's a lot out there to offer students after their high school years. So we just want to make sure that we're encouraging them to continue to pursue their education and talk to them about these areas. And then you'll just fill it into the box. It's written in their voice. So upon completion of school, I will, and you're just going to write in there, attend Cuesta College, attend a trade school for being an auto mechanic, whatever they might want to do. Okay, so the next portion is that we need to link it to goals. So you're just going to identify, it might be one goal, might be either several goals that it's linked to. Just put the goal number in there. And then when you go to the goal page, you are going to make sure that you checked transition. And then in this case, it'd be for education. But for the other ones, it would be employment or independent living. So you just want to make sure everything is linked up there. And then you need to identify who is responsible. So it cannot be the student or the parent. You could do special education teacher, general education teacher, counselor. So really think about who are the different people that will be working on this with the student. All right. So then we need to identify a transition service code. So if you go down into the 800s, that's where you will find the transition codes. So we have college awareness, vocational assessment, career awareness, work experience, job coaching, and then there's a couple others on there as well. So for this one, I might say it's one of my mild to moderate students. I might say college awareness. So we could be talking about all those post-secondary options to pursue education. And then there's also a related services drop-down one. So you might link it to your 330, which is your specialized academic instruction. You may not, you just want to do it when it's appropriate. So talk to your school districts about how they want to do the related service section. Okay, then you're also going to need activities to support post-secondary goals, and you're just going to type them right in. So think about all those things that they're already doing and participating in at your school, and then think about activities that you can help facilitate for the student. So my suggestion is to get with your other case managers at the high school and come up with a list of all those things, all those different activities that students are participating in, and kind of break it down too for 12th graders are all going to do this. I know at previous schools I've worked with, they've done a lot of stuff to work towards the Cuesta Promise. What would an 11th grader do? What would a 10th grader do? And really list everything out so you have something to refer to. And then from there, you can kind of see those gaps too of additional activities that you may need to plan for your classes, your students. So just maybe think about doing that. Might be a good option. And then community experiences as appropriate. So for a lot of students, you may not have anything in this box, but for kids that are more moderate to severe, maybe they're going out in the community during the school day, and that would be an appropriate section for there. And then you're just going to repeat the process for employment. So upon completion of school, I will be a chef, be a teacher, be an engineer, whatever it is that they're thinking. Okay, we're going to link the goals again, people responsible, our transition service code. There's a career awareness one, I believe it's 840, I want to say, or 860. And then those activities and community experiences as appropriate. Then for your independent living goal, you need to determine, is this an area of struggle for your student? Is it appropriate? Typically, it's students that are a little bit more impacted by their disability, but discuss it as a team. Are they struggling with these independent living skills? Are these things that we need to incorporate into the IEP? Because you will link it with a goal again, and you need to have activities to support. So once you complete that transition assessment, the transition plan really writes itself, becomes super simple. And again, work with your school teams to identify those different activities. So you have a resource list of, okay, I know there's a career fair that happens in the spring, and I know as seniors they're going to work on their Quest to Promise and the Quest to College applications, and so you know all of those things, and you don't have to try and think of it every single time you're writing an IEP. You can have that reference list. So stay tuned for part 3, and we will look at page 2 of the transition plan.